All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Good morning. Running a little bit behind today, but wasn't too concerned. We have this 8:30 news. Looks like we have a nice long going, though, with a couple pullbacks in there. But big time news at 8:30. Yeah, and I was considering pulling up a YM chart this morning. But I decided not to. So the reset sell has finished last night. That's over with. Hopefully nobody needed resets, but they were there. We did have a little break of this area on the 30 tick. If you look, was pretty well defined range. Top, bottom, pulled back up and just broke right through. That's where we are now. So that was a nice little breakout there. Market hardly moved at all overnight. Look at that. This green vertical line is the overnight break. Barely some movement until about a little after 5 a.m. Went on this little run. So any overnight traders must have been a boring night. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it is, Doctor. It's a continuation and a reversal. And ODD sometimes, might not reverse the trend completely, but yeah, that's basically going against the trend. And HD is continuation of the trend. My only thing, so like when we have huge news like this, my only hope is that the market settles relatively fast. from the reaction. So yeah, Mark, unless if that next pullback has a lot of HD, then you could say, okay, well, it got weak up there, but now this pullback has a lot of HD, so it could have enough volume to push it at least back up to that top where that ODD happened. Yeah, that's the only time I'll go against ODD, really, especially if it's a low ODD, is if it pulled back enough and gave me HD for a continuation. Then I'll expect it to get back at least to where that top of the ODD was. And a lot of times that could be a good LRE too. And in that case, like I said, that's when I'm not expecting it to go much further than that top. And I'll tighten up and whatnot as it gets up there. On this little break up here, price came back down and tested this flux right here and popped right back up. That would have been an LRE, but we're really close to the news. And remember, they released 3 minutes before 8:30. The report is actually released to subscribers of that one place that I've MNI. So that's why if you ever heard Daryl in the past saying 8:27 or basically 3 minutes before whatever pop, that's what he's talking about. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, this market's about to fly. That's why I was really considering opening a YM chart. But we'll see. See what happens. I'd be willing to bet on that, Mark. Yeah, if the market ever just stopped, that means everybody agrees on the exact same price and there's something weird happening in the world. I would not be concerned about the market at that point. See, we're already getting a little skippy here. It's 8:27 now. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you can see it picking up. When you start skipping bars, it's like, oh, here we go. Morning, morning. Just waiting for this news. In about a minute and a half. See, the market's still climbing.
Double cluster and Q.
Hitting this deviation, upper level flux level.
Double cluster and Q.
Bunch of clusters now. We got maybe 30 seconds. Starting to pop. Here we go. A few more seconds. Oh, there it is. There it is. That was 200 points instantly.
OP rejection on NQ.
Yeah, Jimmy. Now we wait to hopefully this thing calms down before I have to end my session. Also, we had the unemployment claims as well, which came in lower than forecast. CPI month over month came in at expectation. Year over year came in at expectation. Dang, all these numbers came in exactly at expectation. Yeah, Mark, you won. So maybe the wildness will settle down faster this time. Yeah, right, Benton? Every single report came in exactly at expectation, except for, of course, unemployment claims. But all the CPI numbers. So yeah, maybe price will settle and not take up the whole pre-market and craziness.
OP rejection on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Potential TX on NQ. Potential setup A setup B on NQ. Track orders with exhaustion.
Yellow the news.
Setup A setup B on NQ. Double cluster NQ. OP rejection on NQ.
If I ever YOLO'd the news, I can guarantee you what would happen. I know what would happen.
Double cluster NQ.
It would come down
Potential TX
exactly to wherever I have a stop
with exhaustion volume.
or the liquidation threshold or something just to knock me out of the market and then fly in the direction that I was trying to go. Actually, my charts are all caught up. They're on. Yeah, they're not lagging at all. That's just the market. Yeah, Dan.
Double cluster NQ.
And it'd probably be right to the tick also. Nail me right to the tick and say,
TX on NQ.
sucker, and take off.
Potential OP rejection on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion volume.
So it did plot a
OP rejection on NQ.
nice crash right here. Right here at this level. Not sure if that'll mean anything at the moment or hold up anywhere. But it's a nice crash.
Double cluster.
Because you had a ZOI, crash, then another purple ZOI. So, like I said, it might not mean anything right now, but we'll see.
Double cluster NQ.
Oh, Jimmy, yeah, for sure. 100%. I don't get lucky like that. Definitely reset time. Okay, so it is trying to make. Oh, well, we might get an SLZ short here on the 30 tick. But if not, look, on this way up right now, it just laid this mini magnet on top of this ZOI, on top of this flux level. Nice little level created here at about 79.50.
OP rejection on NQ.
Double clusters, 60%. Might get a mini magnet. If this bar closes down, it could be a reversal to come back down. And that's right at 500. But if this bar closes up, that means buyers are definitely in charge, which that happened. So
Potential TX
double clusters, buyers won that little fight right there. So this may just keep pushing up.
on NQ.
We are about 6.5 minutes after the news.
Potential OP rejection.
So, yeah. I guess still pretty crazy. So anything can happen right now.
OP rejection on NQ.
Yeah. Typically, I mean, I'd say at least 90% or more of the times, market comes back to where it was trading before news. I personally have not gotten comfortable yet trading that. I know there's people that trade that. Daryl trades that. After a news, then it gives you an entry to go back to the point where it's trading. I mean, that's like at least 90% of the time that happens. And that's why I never take the first LRE after news until I know whether or not it's going to pull, retrace back to where it was. That's a good point. the unknown trader. Like, yeah, CPI is Thursday, 50% off resets, ends Wednesday night. Because there's going to be some blown accounts. Yeah, Smack, that was pretty fast for sure. It did happen pretty fast. See, now that it did recover, you can see here, easier to see on this simplicity chart, dropped. Man, this thing shot all the way down to 291. That's the low of the day now. But then, yeah, recovered right back up here to this wick, exactly where it was. Now, since it already, covered that, if it gives a simplicity short now or something, or the next basically run, then now I'm looking at it like, all right, now potentially let me trade this, assuming the market's still not zippy crazy where it's skipping 10, 15 bars at a time. If it just shoots from, where we are now to just shoots 10, 15 points instantly, then I wait, because my little 15 tick stop will just get blown out. But I will sometimes, if it does slow down some, but it's still pretty fast, then I may go to 20 ticks on my risk, but that's it. See, like right now it just shot down 10 points, 20 points so quick.
OP rejection on NQ.
Yeah, because there's a difference between it, just being fast but moving good and in rhythm, or just being zippy and crazy. And I don't do zippy crazy. Not at all.
OP rejection on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Potential setup A, setup B on NQ.
That's good, doctor. Yeah, I've been that way, because you see, okay, it's 5 minutes after the news, I should be able to take a trade, and then I'm like kind of stressed, like really trying to pinpoint as if it's a normal pre-market trading day, and you can't, because it's crazy. Just let it settle down a little. Old me by meaning last week. Hey, every day's a new day. Every day's a new person. To be honest, I mean, I know everybody has different schedules, but if you can, when the week is over, find just a little bit of time to kind of analyze your trading for the week and yourself, and each week you should be able to have just a little bit of growth in your trading, like in your personal growth. Yeah, volume's definitely on the high side. Pretty close to double what it's been all week, each morning at this time. Because it's been all week anywhere from 60,000 to 80,000, 90 on the high side. Right now we're climbing. We're at almost 133,000. I've never done that, Jeff. May do that next time. Yeah, I'm sure so much data.
Double cluster NQ.
That's nice, Jim. Yeah, that expected volume indicator is great. It just takes that one pulls so much processing power. I don't use it. I just look at the actual volume number versus expected. But that is a great tool, though. I really like that expected volume indicator, because then you can know, if the volume is at expectation, things should work in rhythm. If it's lower, then you can say then you can gauge kind of the way the market's rhythm, basically. Yeah, exactly, Jim. Yeah, you could put it on any chart, but the thing is, you want to put it on whatever chart uses the least amount of processing power. So, like, you wouldn't want to put it really on your 10 tick chart. You may even want to have it on a chart on its own, to be honest. Just like a blank NQ chart or whatever market, and then just add the expected volume. But yeah, Greg recommends, he's said before, he recommends not to, which he's the programmer, recommends not to put it on your trading chart.
Double cluster NQ.
Yeah, if you run the simple chart, that should be fine.
Double cluster NQ.
Jeff, that's funny you say that. Before I built, holy moly, look at this.
Projection on NQ.
Wow. Don't know, delayed reaction or what?
Double cluster NQ.
Man. It's funny you say that, Jeff, because I had before I built this computer that I trade on now, I used a laptop. It was a decent laptop, but the same thing would happen. Right before a move, my fan would the computer would get loud, like it's gearing up, and I'm like, oh, here we go. And I don't know if it was just coincidence every time, but I swear I was like, I feel like I can anticipate the market with my computer ramping up. I don't remember, John. I think I tried to put it on my flux chart one time, and I don't remember what happened. But I remember trying. That was a while back. Yeah, I don't know what happened in the market right now. I think just looked like we're kind of trying to calm down a little bit, and all of a sudden it just went nuts again. We got a red eye block popped up on the 30 tick right there. I love eye blocks because they don't happen very often. And the other day we had an eye block, last Friday, we had an eye block crash. That is really rare, and that's the one I took that trade on. Well, and the crash didn't happen until after I was in the trade, but all right, just have to keep waiting, I guess.
Double cluster NQ.
Yeah, I'm kind of wishing I did open the YM chart this morning. but no problem. I'm not in a big. I got another PA last night that became active this morning, so I have 2 brand new PAs between today and yesterday. So I'm not in a rush to on those, because I'm even though I'm doing this 25K evaluation for the channel here, I'm copying to my other accounts. So I'm not in a rush to get a brand new 50K PA under these conditions in a losing position. The YM one looks like NQ right now. Then not missing anything. Yes. Once you pass, you'll get, and it's the last 2 this week. The 2 that I got at midnight Eastern time is whenever the PA agreement is sent out to you, and it does say in the instructions, the first email you get, it says you must complete it within 48 hours. So definitely got to make sure you're prepared. Like, for example, with the people with 20 accounts, 20 evaluations, that's a pretty penny whenever if you fund them all at the same time. So you just got to make sure you're prepared. I haven't heard of anybody yet missing out on a PA because they didn't pay in time, but I'm sure it's happened to somebody. Yeah, Jeff. So you just gotta be prepared for within 2 days. I mean, I have seen people delay trading days and get within very close to profit target and then take a week off or something because they have to, because they got to wait until the next week, something like that.
Double cluster NQ.
Yeah, the resets they do not change your renewal date. Your renewal date stays the same. It's just resetting the balance and the balance. Simplicity is long, but it's at settlement, and 500 is, just about 20 points away, so 11,500.
Potential setup A, setup B on NQ. Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ. Setup A, setup B on NQ.
All right, I'm going to refresh my flux levels and dynamic magnets again, just to make sure nothing's changed. There we go. And this cluster right here on the 10 tick had 54 orders in it. 54 orders right there in that cluster. And then the other side had 3, and it shot up. 54 buy orders versus 3 sell orders. Yeah, it's definitely become manageable now. It's still a little zippy, but I'm debating on moving to my 20 tick stop just in case. Actually, I am going to go to my 20 tick stop because the reason why I went to 15 ticks originally was because the majority of trades in normal conditions, if they passed 15 ticks, then they all went on to get a full 20 tick loss. The majority, I'd say over 90% of my back testing showed that. But that was normal market conditions. Right now, it's not very normal. So I'm going to go to my 20 tick just in case. It's making its way up to the 0.25 deviation. Let's see if, it's got a nice little clean simplicity going now from back here. These pullbacks will be pretty big though. See, price is at 520. Right now an LRE would be at 593, so basically a 40-point pullback. It's pretty big. $11,550 is the high of the day. Heading right up to it.
Double cluster NQ.
This would have been a beautiful simplicity to be in, but you don't know. There's really no way of knowing, okay, it's gonna go and break out this time. It's done with the news. This is a major pullback to the dev.
Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
It's a big bar down. Oh. Okay, I'm trying this one. I thought it was going to knock me right out, though. Yeah, this one knocked me right out. Oh, almost to the tick. Well, now watch, it's going to run up.
Double cluster NQ.
I knew that was going to happen. See, I like that big bar pullback. I like this big bar drop, hit this area, and bounce up. But it got me out almost to the tick. Look at that. So I could have got a nice... Man, that was about a 15-point move right there I could have got. But it knocked me right out. I got in slightly too early. It pulled back just a little bit too much for me, right to that dynamic magnet. Oh well. All right, next one. Yeah, when it does that, smack, usually when it pulls back behind but it stays the color, look for a level, because once it hits that level, it'll bounce most of the time, just like it did. But I got in it. I just didn't get in right where I wanted. As it was shooting down, I wanted this dynamic magnet. So if I would have got in at that dynamic magnet, you can see right here, I would have been just fine. But it was shooting down, so I was trying to time it. I didn't get it. If I would have got in right here, 517, it would have been close, but I probably would have been able to stay in.
Double cluster NQ.
And see,
Double cluster NQ.
I had the read, I just couldn't get it. This big bar down, once it stops, it's usually going to bounce up. See, even my 20 tick stop right now was just a little bit too. I mean, but I didn't really get in exactly where I needed. I wanted that dynamic magnet. Yeah, there could be 9 a.m. volume. Oh, yeah, Jeff, that's a big time JFT right now. Clear JFT. Higher high, big time divergent. So, yeah, definitely look for. Where is it? There it is. Look for a mini magnet on the 30 tick and a reversal bar, and we'll have us a JFT short. Just need a mini magnet. No mini magnet. It still could come up, but yeah, that one's a clear JFT. Plotted a flux level now there.
Double cluster.
No JFT, but there's clear divergence on the 50 tick.
Double cluster NQ. Potential TX on NQ. Double cluster NQ.
Yeah, that's, I mean, doesn't get much better than that. Unfortunately, we didn't get the mini magnet on the 30 tick. We have a ton of volume right now in the market. JFT, yeah, it's John's favorite trade. It's taught in the Apex Thrive series event.
Double cluster NQ.
I mean, still could happen if we get a mini magnet here on the 30 tick. Somewhere in this area. If that happens, I'll definitely be looking for shorts. Market is trying to, I mean, it's pushing pretty hard right now. Let's see. Got another cluster here. We'll see. I mean, made a higher high. See if it leaves. Nope, no mini magnet.
Double cluster NQ.
Yeah, those are the trades I hate, though. The one I just lost on. Because I had the right read. I just barely got knocked out, and then it took off running.
Double cluster NQ.
Nothing you could do about it, but I just hate when that happens. Yeah, market's really pushing long, though. It's in a strong trend. Even though we did get a reset here on the simplicity chart, and it's long again. We got another long right here. Let's see. Right here, both are angled up, broke the high.
Double cluster NQ.
Oh, yeah, Mark, and I've had plenty of those. The old me would have jumped right back in that trade and just pulled my stop way back. But I say the old me because that's not very smart to do because, let's see, because I'm not going in this simplicity because I'm in this LRE. I don't even know if it pulled back enough. Not really. But because we just had a long here, I'd want this to go further before looking for a pullback to tell me it actually is going to keep going. But yeah, I mean, and sometimes that'll work if you jump right back in because you had the right read. But like, for example, on that one, like I said, I would have jumped right back in, pulled the stop because I know I just got hit here. So jump right back in, pull the stop way down. But when it works, okay, it worked. But on the times that doesn't work, now you just gave yourself like double, triple loss because you got right back in. Now you pulled your stop down to risk more, and now you got another loss, and it's like, dang. And then that's when you start beating yourself up like, why did I do that? That was dumb. And I used to do that pretty often. Because I'm like, I know I got the right read. It just knocked me out. It's going to go.
TVS on NQ.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. The old me would have done that. But that is another little personal rule I have that if I got knocked out, don't jump right back in because too many times that failed me. I literally have a note, like a sticky note on my monitor that tells me make sure and remember all my rules. Don't break my rules. You don't want that feeling again. I gotta look at that every day. A 100% agree, doctor.
Potential
All right, we are heading short. Let's see if we can continue short, break these ZOIs here.
Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
Got a lot of HD on this 10 tick here. If we got a sniper set up short, I would love it. I'm not going to take it, but with this much HD on the 10 tick, you give me a HD short here in this area, especially in ETX. Oh, nice, Dan. Good job. Oh, John, I was just saying that if I took a trade, for example, and it comes down, I have a read like on that one to go long, and it comes down, knocks me out, but it just so happened to hit me, like knock me out really close to the tick, but the read is still there and it starts going in the direction I was reading, I'm not going to hop back in and try to jump back in the trade again, like back to back. I wait for a fresh new trade, because I used to do that. I used to do that and say, oh, well, this is my read. It just hit my stop. Let me get back in. It's going to go. And, you know, sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. Like Daryl on Apex says, you're trading well, you're taking probabilities, and if you're gambling, it's a possibility. All right, so we're definitely short. Running short. And we went from settlement to the 0.5 dev pretty fast.
Potential OP rejection on NQ.
So I'm down 22 ticks. Next trade, if it loses, I'm done for the day. That's my rule. And it's shooting. Today's been a great day for simplicity, I'll tell you that. Man. These pullbacks are just having to be, you know, they're so big right now.
Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ.
I would prefer. So we would have an LRE right up above the deviation level here if it pulled back to there. But what I would prefer at this point is to kind of run down a little further to give me an LRE below the deviation and rose wall here, or below this dynamic magnet. Or actually at the deviation would be better, but we are kind of sideways right now on the 10 tick. Let's see. See what happens when we get up here to the deviation.
Double cluster NQ.
Lots of clusters here on the 10. Double clusters on the 30, so I'm out. I'm out on a LRE short now. I'm not going to take one unless if it breaks down further short. So now for sure I need it to come down further short, because double clusters here. Definitely not taking one around the deviation. So I need this to break further short and then pull back to this dynamic magnet or to where those clusters are, because it may come back and test those clusters. Perfect. So now if it pulls back up to around this area where this dynamic magnet or cluster, only thing is it may want to come up and test this cluster. So you got to be careful. But I would want to pull back in that area. Nice, doctor. It's definitely a great simplicity short to be in. All right, let's see if we get a pullback now somewhere. All right, hitting these double ZOIs here. Man, they're just running and not really pulling back. It's one of those days. Heading right back to settlement.
Double cluster NQ.
This would be a wonderful simplicity to be in.
Potential setup A, setup B on NQ. Trap order with exhaustion box on NQ. Setup A, setup B on NQ.
We have double ZOIs up here where an LRE would be. Double ZOIs in a wall. So if it pops up, you might be able to grab a 5-10 point short off of it if it even pulls back. This thing may never pull back until it starts chopping or something. Yeah, if it comes back up to those double ZOIs, I may go for a short off of those. Well, every time I say something, it just falls more. Where's settlement? Here's settlement. All right, it's a little too close to settlement now in LRE. LRE would be right here. Settlement's just right there. Not very far away, so I wouldn't take a short there. Got some ODD built up on the 30 tick now. Some green eye blocks here. 3%. But it's fallen still. Dang. From the +5 deviation down to the -2.5. That's wild. Now a pullback would be right at settlement again. We're getting a lot of HD on the 30 tick though. But settlements, we do have a lot of volume down here on the 30 tick in a ZOI right here at about this 417 area. Not sure if it'll make it down there right now, but have that green eye block right here too. Man, I just wish that settlement wasn't right there. Double clusters got a ton of HD on the 30 tick. All right, have a good one, Bill. See you tomorrow. See you, Vegas. Take care. Yeah, simplicity. That's why I didn't jump into this short. We have settlement. I was so close to going short right here. But we have settlement, and then right when this bar closed, dang. Wish I would have jumped in that one. But right when it closed, it flipped. So and then there's settlement right there. So I had a couple red flags. So I stayed out, unfortunately. But man, that's a almost 30-point move instantly. Yeah. With all that HD, 863% HD on the 30 tick. But I just had to stay out of that one. And remember, the further price runs, the least likely the pullbacks will work. So, like, if this would have actually had a pullback, which, I mean, there was kind of a pullback, but not really an LRE, then it ran, the lower the pullback after such a big run, probabilities get lower. So, that's why we only look for 2 pullbacks. And now it's 9:21, so that might be it for me. Yes. If settlement wasn't there, I would have jumped in. Even though it flipped right there at the same time, settlement was the main red flag for me. And then combining that with it flipping was like, all right, I got to skip it. Rules are rules. But yeah, if settlement wasn't there, I would have for sure jumped in that one. But yeah, been a bad week, really. I mean, I've only had 3 losses this week, but still have tomorrow. So still have tomorrow to try to finish out with a profitable week. Last week was profitable, but you can see it's down about a little over $100, the account. So today's loss of 22 ticks after commission is brings it to 113.98 loss on the day. So 3 losses this week. Not a great week, but got plenty of room to go. Plenty of time. Appreciate that, Jimmy. Oh yeah, I'm not. It's within my. See, my thing is as long as I'm within my money management rules, I'm never worried. Never worried, because I know probabilities are in my favor. And over the long term, I will be profitable. It has not failed me yet since I have stuck to that. Only time it's ever failed me is when I break the money management part. That's it. Because numbers are numbers. That, as long as your trades are winning at a rate of over 50%, and your money management, your target on the day is more than how much you're willing to risk on the day, numbers are numbers. You're going to be profitable over the long term. That's it. Getting along here. See if it breaks this area. We're a minute away from dark zone, so not going to take anything anyways. But, yep, I'm going to call it a day. So, going to wrap this up. Looks like there's no more high impact news or anything for the rest of the day, so just be careful. During the open, might get a little wild. And, yeah, for everybody that's going to still be trading, trade well. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care.